Hello everyone, it's GameKoi and welcome back for some more Ace Attorney. Are we ready to hopefully finish this case? I mean, I feel like we're at the end. We're in day 3. We're in the second sort of part of the trial. So hopefully we will actually be able to finish it today. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I hope everyone's had a good week. Oh yeah, I should say what case we're on. We are on the 5th case of the first game, which is, I believe, the bonus case, and it has cool bonus features like detecting, like spraying the, what was it, luminol to see where the bloodstains are, and investigating the evidence in 3D. Banging, if you ask me. But yeah, I hope everyone's had a good week so far. I mean, we're nearly at the weekend. We are so nearly at the weekend. Oh yes, and about the schedule, I'm saying this now and I'll say it again at the end probably. Hello, Wave. Mario Kart rescheduled to Sunday. No Mario Kart on Saturday. It's on Sunday this week. If Phoenix Wright is an attorney, which knee is it, and does it turn clockwise or anti-clockwise? See, you're always asking the real questions. I'm not sure. Like, do people prefer clockwise or anti-clockwise in general? Like, what's the vibe? I want to poll about this because of course I do. Hang on. 10 minutes. Just in general. And clockwise, anti-clockwise. Boom! You have 10 minutes. I want to know if you prefer clockwise or anti-clockwise. Don't think, just go with your gut feeling. Like, which one is better, clockwise or anti-clockwise? We're just asking, we've got to get Wave's question answered. But yeah, I hope you're well. As with me, I'm pretty well, yeah. I've been looking forward to investigating. So, we're not investigating anymore, we're in the trial. Whatever. Finding out the truth. Finding out, what actually happened in this case. What on earth? And what happened in SL9 or whatever, because some crazy stuff was going down in the SL9. There was a serial killer and stuff, and Emma and Lana involved. Like, everyone's involved somehow in this case, and we have no clue why. But we will find out why. Oh my goodness! A massive surge in votes for anti-clockwise. It's going down. I'm so excited to find out. Okay. So I think, what was it, last week we just told bro, hey, you had to open the locker because only your fingerprint can open the door. Fingerprint sensor? We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. SNL, the hit characters from Puyo Puyo Tetris, and 9, the hit character Sonic Prime. Are those actual characters? That's bonkers. They really went for it with the naming. That's impressive. Wow. Actual characters. I'm loving it. That is so fantastic. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? In Puyo Puyo Tetris, all the Tetris characters are named after the pieces they're based on. Right! And there's the S and the L, the like green one and the red one. It makes sense. What can I say? I only got one word for you, partner. No! Why is no in all red? I'm writing it down because it was in all red, so it's going in the notes. Order, witness, explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. It's looking really bad for him. Ole, please answer the question. Oh, Ole, what are we doing here? What is he now, a bullfighter? Exactly. That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. GSZ, Jada. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. Oh, I did not know they were named after the pieces. That's adorable. Oh, that's so nice. I haven't actually played Tetris in such a long time. But that's so sweet. That's so sweet. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. Okay, I will. Phoenix, you do it. You take the wheel at this point. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Oh, I'm excited to see some pictures of them. That sounds fantastic. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? He was there. Take that. He was the killer, obviously. Officer Marshall was standing right there. Exactly. So Officer Meekins didn't notice him standing there. That's almost as credible as Meekins' warp theory. Your chamber's empty, partner. Better reload. What? I literally pointed to it. Maybe I should think more. Did I not get it right? Hang on. Oh no! I got it. I got K and V muddled up. Oh my goodness. K is Meekins. Right. Officer Marshall standing right here. There, but that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. I forgot Detective Goodman was the victim. I forgot. Because Meekins didn't... They're saying Meekins is the killer. So I had the exact right idea, but I put on the wrong letter. I can't believe I got the letters muddled up. I'm actually going to get fired from my job as a lawyer. That's it. It's going to be law over for me. They're gonna, you know, law school is going to ask to take back their, you know, the law degree. It's all over for me. My goodness. Okay. Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. Objection! But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. Objection! May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Good. Okay, my goodness. Right, add objection. 54, let's go. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, but clockwise is the name of the thing, and anti-clockwise is the anti-clockwise. I know, but anti-clockwise is tearing it up right now. Like, anti-clockwise gang are living their best lives. Do we have, like, does anyone want to offer, you know, their reasoning, you know, their rationale for voting anti-clockwise? This is a great poll. I love running polls. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realised the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Going backwards in time would be good for a speedrun, that's true. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? You've got quite an imagination, partner. We've got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Why am I doing the most work ever? Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Ah, this can't be happening. It's so obvious who's the one. What can I do? It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. Okay, called out. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside of the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. Hello, how's it going? Do you prefer clockwise or anti-clockwise in general? Please vote in my poll. It's gonna run out soon. Anti-clockwise is tearing it up currently. According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. Where's the option for anti-clockwise? Sorry, I can't read any words today. Where's the option for uncle clockwise? Real questions again. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. Very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape. Let's go, Blue Badger time! After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker. It looks like 12 PM wins. 12 PM wins, exactly. Okay, no cloth yet. Hang on. So the glove fell out there. I know, I missed Blue Badger too. For real. There's Meekins. What is this white cloth? Okay, locker is still not open. I feel like we're going to be listening to Blue Badger for a while. Because I still got no clue. I had to show them something in this video that would explain why this white cloth is there. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoys the Blue Badger. There's the glove. Hang on! There's a handprint. There's a handprint on the Blue Badger. I still don't know how the handprint was there. Was it there from the start? I can't remember. I want to see if the handprint was there from the start. I'm actually grasping at straws, because maybe he would have had to like, oh, clean his hand. I don't think that's it. Because there's the handprint from the start. But maybe it is something like... What would he have needed to get from his locker? That's the question. What would he have needed to get? He would have needed... I suppose he would have needed to, like... I don't know. I actually don't know. Alright, let's watch it again. I feel like I'm always lost right at the start of the story. Could he be putting the Goodman disguise away? I like that actually. That's a good point, because Goodman does wear white cloth. Congratulations on your 45 stream streak, Worm. Congratulations. Oh my goodness, that is so many. Epic gaming happening live. How am I even gonna show that? Oh, because hello Lulu, doesn't it have blood on it? His hang on, his like after he beats up Meekins, he's got blood on his like Goodman outfit. Hang on. Oh, rewind. I'll try. I'll give it a try. Take that! For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end, yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. Yay! I did it! It's got blood on this coat. Exactly. A bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. You know it's not bad when he says not bad, right? Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now, would we? Now. Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did, all of it. Alright, it seems the time has come. Marshall's confession, let's go! I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. So the supposed victim was really you? But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Real question. Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. Alright, there's already one thing that's dodgy, isn't it? The large amount of blood. Okay, press! It's gonna be like he's all about SL9 now. When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at myself one more time, no matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance. That's why I... Hold it! Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera? And the detective's ID card? I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, You managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean, the fingerprint-activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. Yeah, that's true. Have been able to open the locker himself because of the fingerprint stuff. Amazing notes from yours truly. But he could, just because the rubber glove happened to be stuck on the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. How convenient, I know. So, Goodman must have opened the locker before Marshall. Like, that has to be. Yeah, it's very convenient, isn't it? I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me, and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry I had to turn out that way, with me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say. So you knocked Officer Meekins out and... I managed to escape. Alright. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is, on that day, there wasn't any murder. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. Right. Large amount of blood in the evidence room. What are you, blind? The victim shown on the tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. Evidence already gone when he opened the locker. Oh my goodness, my notes. So many notes. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. Oh my goodness, it's still missing. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Someone else stole it. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did he do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven of a simple cut in salary. He's obsessed with these salary bonuses and things. Oh my goodness. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I can't just forget the SI9 incident. You know why? Well, no, I don't. So, press. But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I better take another look at the files. No, I know what it is. I know what it is. I actually... Oh my goodness, press hold of. Oh, actually, okay, I know exactly what it is. So basically, there's someone in the list of victims. There's someone whose last name is Marshall. I'll show you all as soon as I finish mashing through this. I pressed the wrong button. Okay, so if I open the case files and I show you here, Neil Marshall. So there's someone whose last name is Marshall here. So yeah, there we go. Victims, Neil Marshall. So I think that would be it. Objection! Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Okay, let me just add that objection. Boom! 55. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name, Marshall, is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of the name. 2 years ago. Oh, what is that cute picture? He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. No way! What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed, and the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was my brother. No! Oh, wait, hang on. You have to see this picture. He looks like a happy little guy. Look at that with his little cowboy hat. Do you think he wore that in court? Also, hello and failing hat. I am well, thanks. I hope you are too. Oh, Neil Marshall was his brother. He was investigating the murders of Damon Gant, the then Deputy Chief of Police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. Oh, hello Taiban. I hope you're well. We are investigating, and by investigating, we're doing a trial. Actually, it's going pretty well. I mean, we got this massive law drop right now. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Why has he got the same kind of eyes as Gant? You know what I mean? Like, disturbing. He's got disturbing eyes, just like Gant. I'm sure this has no significance whatsoever. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned? That's a fun word. And incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. You started a group project, and you mean the people who are actually trying are pretty chill. 2 of the 5 don't care. I feel like it's still doable with 3 people. I'm not saying it's great, but it's still doable. Oh my goodness. The Super Mario Galaxy toys are out. That is exciting. I don't think I'm getting any of them, but I hope that anyone who is enjoys them. I don't know. I'm waiting for some clothes or something. I definitely want some Get Mario Galaxy themed clothes. That would be very cool. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions. There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. You're planning to adopt Bowser Jr. as soon as possible! Ah, so exciting. I will need many pictures, of course. That's so cool. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. There's a local Smash Bros event, and they're doing a speedrunning side event, one of which is a Sky Station Galaxy first star speedrun. Oh my goodness, that's so cool! Are you gonna enter? That's so cool. That says speedrunning. Like the first level of Galaxy 2, basically. Absolutely awesome! Oh, you gotta tell me how it goes. That's really cool. Also, good luck in the Smash Bros event. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's got to be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office's parking lot was the real one. As Celeste, Galaxy 2, Odyssey, Wii Sports, Hollow Knight, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Super Metroid, and Sekiro Shadows Die twice. Exciting! That sounds like a really cool lineup of games. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. back to being prosecutor. Objection! But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Objection! Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. Okay, add objection. Boom! But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remains the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me, this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Star is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Ah! I rest my case. Oh dear, we are in so much trouble. It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time. Amazing choice of word, I know. Disproving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realise that would end up proving Lana guilty. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. We're getting to hold it! Oh my goodness. Your Honor, wait! Emma, the defense has an objection, a scientific objection, right? I know, she's winning, let's go. No, it's not over for Lana yet, it's not over for Lana yet. What do you mean, Wright? Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor, in a sense. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking for is a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings? Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky Sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again. So did he find something? No. Huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad, I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Yeah, I'm gonna object. Objection! This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yeah, blue badger! Yes, something that when drawn will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can... Oh, no, I did the judge voice of Phoenix. So all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. Okay. The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? The blue badger! What about that piece of plywood? Did our team win in Mario Kart World on Sunday? So we lost the first two, but then we won the last one. So yes, we did win. Oh, one time. Let's go. The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force, defender of truth, guardian of proof. We gotta send Cardboard to jail for real. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place her handprint at this spot on the locker. What? I know, right? The Blue Badger! So that means, just exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in. Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honour, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice! But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time. Because you can't even see the locker here because Blue Badger is covering it. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. Objection. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. Objection. The murder portrayed... Okay, just a second. Hang on. I'll say his line in a second. The murder portrayed in the proof... Yeah, well, whatever. I couldn't say it. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. Objection. I have to copy them. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? Well, we have the times that they got into the room. To summarise, the defence claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in their evidence room. That's right, the blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place, blah blah blah. There's only one piece of evidence that can show. I know what the evidence is. No, okay. One shows on the first line. Okay, so okay, whatever. I'm skipping that. Boom! Oh, look at that! Someone went in at 4:20 p.m. Oh wow, I have no clue who it is. Take that. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh! The ID card record! Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Ah! Ah! Miles Edgeworth! Just what have you done? I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at the chart again. Well, there's another one. There's one at 4:20. There's only one other card remaining. Card number remaining. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Okay, who's all sevens? Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7777777. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 777777777. That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 777777777 belongs to someone of a rank of captain or higher. It's Gant! Bets on it's Gant! Right, poll. Actually, no, prediction. We'll do a prediction. Prediction. Start prediction. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Gant. Yes, no. Like, 2 minutes. Alright, gang. It's a prediction. You can vote with your channel points, and if you're right or not, then you get them. You win them. You win them. Okay. Where's my why is it? Okay, brilliant. Is all the 7s Gant? Yes or no? You will not vote due to know the answer. Okay, we're actually going to sit here for like 2 minutes. Someone put 6767 points? Okay, no, we're actually going to sit here because I feel like what if it actually just drops in the next like dialogue line? So I'm going to just wait. You flipped a coin since you know the answer. Alright, that's it. If you know the answer, flip a coin. There, let's do that. You know, because I feel like a lot of you guys know the answer. So if you know the answer, flip a coin. That is so funny. Oh my goodness. Scissors. Exactly. Oh my goodness gracious me. Actually, let me try and actually... let me show the browser. Okay, but let me actually like crop it to only show the prediction. I'm so good at using a computer. It's not like I did a degree in using a computer. There. Streamception. Very brief streamception today. There. Now you can see the prediction together, guys. Okay, it's running out. Ooh, oh my goodness, the votes for no, the votes for yes, they're everywhere. Just a few moments left to put your prediction in. Okay, there we go. So now I have to choose the outcome once we actually know. So I have to choose the outcome. Apparently I have to choose within 24 hours. So I better finish this. I better find out in 24 hours. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. Objection! But that's ridiculous. Just how? Okay, add objection. I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against the executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. Objection. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not to you, to her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? Objection. Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number, and it's not 7777777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SL9 incident. Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Ooh. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Lana! I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't! I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. Okay, good stuff, guys. Nice! I'm trying to, not get her accused of murder. She's like, I've been forging the evidence. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Oh. Order! Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. Ooh, we're going on to day 4, gang! What on earth? They forged the evidence in SL9. The trial that killed his brother and had someone giving the death sentence had forged evidence. Oopsie, they were a little silly. They were a little silly with it. Forgery, they could have a little forgery as a treat. Oh my goodness gracious me. Right, day 3 investigation. The investigation is not over. Minor mistake. Minor. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Silly. Rosie's catchphrase. That's true. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? You got to be kidding me. Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you? Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. It was in the files, gang. It was literally in the files, which I read. I know, right? This is tough. This is tough. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. What on earth? This is literally like Mia's murder, because Maya was also gonna go have dinner with Mia. And suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. The parallels really are paralleling, exactly. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. A permanent picture? I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? Whoa, Lana provided bogus evidence. Oopsie daisy. The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true, even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today. She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma, you've been through so much. Oh my goodness, for real. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago. You must have been 14. That's understandable. It's understandable at 16 too, Phoenix. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. Literally just a baby, I know. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor. Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Finally someone younger than you. I know, right? I know. Of course, this happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective officers in the questioning room were right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. Excuse me, what? Excuse me? Another law drop? She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective? I better have another talk with her. Alright, let's go talk to Lana. Just fades in. I love the fading in so much. Lana! Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence? I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul, why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh, about how you were a detective 2 years ago, and how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs? I know, right? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. The right to know, Mr. Wright. Lovely. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana, what the witness, Miss Starr, said? About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife? Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. Oh, I've pressed the same one again, so we're going to mash through this entire thing, because I pressed the same one. I'm such a winner. Look at this. I'm so good at Ace Attorney, guys. I totally don't press the same dialogue again. I have to mash through the whole thing. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing! They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant, he was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office? We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. What did he do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room and just held her. Can't blame her after all. Her sister must have gone through... Or her sister... Oh, I keep getting the intonation wrong because the text turns up too slowly. I need to actually wait for it to show up. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident? That's right. Quite a coincidence, I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The Chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the Chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. Okay, let's go have a look at the Chief's office. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kind of quiet around here today. You're right, the chief of detectives seems the same though. Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to? Right, we can come back here later. Okay. Howdy, Bambino. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Okay, sirrah, sirrah. You know, you'll never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambino? You should have known that my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go with the evidence from today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why did prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Nope. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean, fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? Ooh, murder weapon. That was Joe Dark's, alright. Oh, no, Joe Dark's alright. I'm so tired. I'm actually messing up all the lines. I hope you're bearing with me, gang. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there is a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. Murder weapon might not be the murder weapon. Ah, I can't spell weapon. Weapon. I can spell. Didn't match the wound. Right, there we go. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SR9 incident left behind. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I just made detective when we went down. It was our first case together. How old was he, your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the king of prosecutors? I knew it. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SR9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. SL9 was evidence transferal as well. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? What are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye. The investigation lead Damon Gant and his second command Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. Let's go! He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict, but someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Oh, he was nice in the end. Adios, Bambina. No, goodbye, Marshall. Oh, I hope we see him again. How am I gonna get to the police chief place? This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media on tomorrow's trial. Busy day. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. I know, right? Let's go. What? He's actually got an organ in here? Like, the organ music wasn't for funsies. He's just got one? Whoa, where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what said on the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. And it plays 24/7, I know, right? I never could remember where C was. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Righto, have you been swimming lately? Oh, no, I haven't. Been becoming kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct. Alana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. But this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Isn't that trophy? Hang on. The sword is missing! The sword from the trophy is missing! Look, there's a sword there. And no sword here! Interesting. We took it to commemorate our work together. And the vase thing! The vase thing is in the background. Oh, there's too many coincidences. Something is going on here. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it though. Gant team picture added to the court record. Oh, there is something so sus with this guy, you know. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that case isn't over with yet, after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's got to be a way we can get inside the chief's office. We're just going back in. Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe! Aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. Real. From sitting so long. Oh. Surely Gumshoe can let us into the Chief of Police's office. Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there's been a lot of rumours going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Hey Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime, my treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. It seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Aww. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did he find out anything? The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? Oh. Seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? Alright, let's see where it is. Gang, like, where is it? It is not in here. There's just people's names in here. His powers of recollection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Alright, let's show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Where's the murder weapon? About this. Hey, is that? It has a tag attached to it with the label SO9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was! When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me! Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again! Bestie. Okay, we've got another thing, but we'll do this first. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So, it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a lady who saw the second crime. The kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. Then when he was burying the bodies, a jogger came up on the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in. Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness. AKA Emma. This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus, it had his fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it. Inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet, down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. There we go. Neil's autopsy report sounds a little familiar. It does sound a little familiar. This sounds like the bullets, right? Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card could unlock the door. What, really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. Okay. I wonder if there's something that we could show him that would make him change his mind. Let me share a little advice with you as a detective. If you don't have a clue, keep your trap shut. I'll keep that in mind. Sheesh. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, I don't know if I have anything. Well, the only thing we have is like... We have to think about the IDs, I suppose. That's the ID card record, isn't it? I want to see who's all sevens. Yes, there's only one number left to investigate. At 4:20 PM, the victim, Detective Goodman, must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone with an executive officer number. 7777777. That's 1 7 too many, Detective. An executive officer. I just might have a hunch. Yeah, I have a hunch too. I think it's Gant. I can't, like, tell him that, can I? I tried to show him this picture, but he doesn't... I want to show him that the vase is in the picture too. About that jar. I think I've seen it before somewhere. Somewhere? Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. This must be the most uninformative detective I've ever met. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. Chief Gant? Where could I have seen that before? Oh, come on! It's in the chief's office. I can see it in the picture. Come on, Gumshoe! It's in the chief's office! I swear, like, it's there! Look! It's in the chief's office, in the picture! It's right there! Okay. How am I gonna tell him that? It's right there. It's right there. I don't know what to tell him, like... I don't have any more dialogue. I need to tell him that it's Gantz. I can't go there though. Oh, what am I gonna do? I don't have anything else I can present, do I? I have the case files. I've been studying up on those files. There's nothing wrong with Mr. Edgeworth's presentation. Do you think people are accusing him of injustice? I, for one, ain't buying it, pal. You're looking into the case for Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, no, I did the wrong voice. Yeah, it was a pretty big deal while it was going on, you know. After all, a serial killer was on the loose. But Lana was pretty clear in her confession. She forged evidence in order to prove Joe Dark guilty. Okay, he doesn't care, Right, we showed him the jar, we showed him the picture, we showed him the files. We don't really need to show the video. It's not really about the video anymore. He doesn't care about the glove. I'm gonna just go through them all because I'm pretty sure there's a way of telling him. But like, because I know what I want to tell him. Can't believe Officer Marshall did something like that. You know Officer Marshall? Of course I do. He was like a mentor to me. When I first started out, he even gave me a small cactus. Really? He said, Dick, she'll listen to all your troubles. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe talks to a cactus. Hard to believe he's just a patrolman now. Someone ought to trade places with him. What? Why are you looking at me like that? No locker can be opened without a fingerprint match. Besides, there's no reason for the murderer to touch his own locker. Hey, wasn't your locker the one with the blood on it, Detective? The handprint of the real murderer's gloved hand, without any fingerprints. Shh! If they come to arrest me, you'll defend me, won't you? If that happens, I think you'll do better pleading with Edgeworth. I still don't have any more dialogue, do I? No. Okay. We're gonna keep going because we're not done. Okay. He doesn't care about the glove. Okay, hang on. Oh, we did the locker. What's next? The lost item report. I don't think you'll care about that. The screwdriver. We don't care about the screwdriver. The handprints. No. The ID card record. I think we showed him that. Hey, I just bought some of that stuff. Now I can go around detecting blood traces too. Wow, is that a new type? I've never seen that bottle before. Add 3 inches to your base height. Base height? Hey, let me see that. Looming tall? New and improved growth formula? You mean this can't detect any blood traces? Oh, well, it's not quite the same thing as luminol. So that's why the lady at the counter had that smirk on her face. Gumshoe! Oh. Poor guy. He's trying to get his luminol. That's the photo that Miss Starr took. Anything you can tell us about it? That Miss Starr is quite the lady. Why, I remember it was winter, I was 16. She was the only one who ever got me to talk about what happened. 16? That's how old I am now. I wonder what happened. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe wore a trench coat in high school too. He probably did, you know. He actually probably did. He actually doesn't care about half these things, which is great. This guy almost made us lose the case today. What are you talking about? He was guarding a bloodstain on that evidence locker with his life. Don't trust people who had trench coats in high school. No! What about Gumshoe? We can trust Gumshoe. That's more than you can say about most officers nowadays. It would have saved us a lot of trouble if he hadn't guarded it so well. I have to admit he's right though. Thanks to the Blue Badger, we were able to prove another possibility today. The possibility that another murder took place prior to 5:15 PM. Found Mr. Redruff's car, stabbed in Mr. Redruff's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I mean, sure, of course, someone else redid it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, that's the same stuff, because it's got the knife and the parking thingy. Okay, fair. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. Were you at the awards ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? High schooler who wears a trench coat is a fitting description of a character with a taste for murder. Okay, you make a good point. You make a good point. Of course, pal, I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. This ID card belongs to the victim, Detective Bruce Goodman. He can do just about anything these days with a card and a secret number. Scary. It's only scary because you keep dropping your card, Detective Gumshoe. I forget my secret number a lot too. I'm scared of myself. But I'm me after all. What could be wrong with that? Real. I think I'll stay out of this conversation. Okay, we'll just show him the attorney's badge for laughs. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge. Enough said. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Okay, do we not have anything else? Oh my goodness. Did I show him the autopsy report? He doesn't care. Bestie, I'm out of here. I spent all this time because I thought you would have something new to say to me. We'll go to the parking lot. Okay. No one's here today. Not even Miss Starr. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Oh wait, we can talk to Lana! Hang on. I'm gonna show you some pictures, Lana. Attorneys and prosecutors have no business showing evidence outside court. It's taboo, especially when the interests of both parties are involved. She really means it. Oh, sharp. Lana! I literally showed you a picture. I'm gonna show you another picture. She's really not helping. You are not helping! Okay. So she's not helping. Is there anything else that's new here? I actually don't think anything is new here. Goodness gracious. Alright. To the prosecutor's office. There he is! It looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumours flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm rooting for you! That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So true. So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Okay. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. His unnecessary feelings, exactly. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do could erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean that the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth! I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First last year's trial and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial! Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's why my superiors are banking on... I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture? Something seemed strange about it. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out of the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning and then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. Interesting. Very interesting. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall was holding, it's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. Ah, I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. A story? Yeah, it's breaking through a shield because it's breaking through the defense. Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Okay. King of Prosecutors is based on contradiction. It's in red. It's going in the notes. You know, it wouldn't hurt if you put this up somewhere, like on a shelf. That has no meaning for me anymore. What do you mean anymore? That's who I was last year. What good is it to dwell on the past? Bestie, what? So that's who I was last year. Apologies to anyone who knew me last year because I'm a completely different person now. You're asking me? Why can't he just accept it graciously? Actually, something's been troubling me about this shield. Look, do you notice anything different? Different? Yes, the sword is missing. I've been saying this like 20 times. Yeah, don't you remember the other shield in the court record? I guess I'd better present this other shield. Okay, where's the other shield? That's not the other shield, is it? Is it? It is a little different. We said all that. Okay. Oh, but we already had all that. Okay. I guess that we were meant to do the other one first. And now we can ask him this. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, the second means shield. Have you heard this story? Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though? For Emma's sake. Very well. Long ago, in the Kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Objection! Those claims contradict each other! Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. That's so funny, actually. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks Mr. Edgeworth, I learned something new today! That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. Oh, Edgeworth only got the shield. My first thought was that someone used the sword to murder someone, but now I'm not too sure. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. That's so weird. He's definitely got something. I feel like he's the murderer. It wasn't good enough. I know, right? No, it's not Edgeworth's fault because it got abolished 2 years ago. That's like 2 years before Edgeworth got the trophy. There we go. Okay. We're back to the parking lot now. Excuse me. Would either of you care for a £1/4 of roast beef? Miss Starr, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Kind of? What on earth? I mean, I guess someone must have done it, but like... Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence. I know. She's just like that, I fear. Natural comparison. Yeah, it's the first thing that comes to mind. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife? No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savoured when eaten. Miss Starr's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure! Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Okay, nice. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. Mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister! The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us saved Goodman were relieved of our duties, most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Damon Gant and Lana Skye. They've shown us this picture like 50 times today. Gant led the investigation of Lana's second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He'd produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean... Oh, Damon Gant's the forger. Damon Gant would get incredible evidence. Oh yes, there were rumours about him even back then. No one dared confront him though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yeah, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever have recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why. I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief? That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. Chief Gant, the influencer. I was thinking this too. Does he do TikTok dances? I feel like that's probably why he's got like the fancy office. So he can have the perfect backdrop for his TikToks. I think you're absolutely right. I think he's just, you know, cranking out that TikTok content every day in secret. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. We'll find out what it is when I put my water bottle down. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've ever been. Oh, thanks. Okay. Now I have to go back to the police. Because I want to go to Gant's place. Oh, you're back! You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files! Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ! You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ! I gotta admit your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting in the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SO9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. What do we know? Oh, come on. Can I talk to Lana? Do you really not want to see any of this stuff? She really doesn't want to see any of this stuff. We're in so much trouble. I don't have anything new to show you, pal. See, I'm turning into Gumshoe as well. Oh no, I have to convince Gumshoe to let me in. But how? Miss Starr, the only thing I can give you now is a poppy seed rice set. Talk about cheap. Eat this and maybe you'll be able to tell black from white in court tomorrow. Is that it? That's it? She's done. Oh wait! We have that thing. There's still. I want to examine the paper on the floor. I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says, letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, Wright. I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault! No! What on earth? Letter of resignation! I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. The path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Oh, Gumshoe! We can go tell Gumshoe now! We can be like, ooh, Edgeworth wants to resign! We need to stop him resigning by solving this case! Yeah, this is so logical and makes so much sense. Let's go, gang! What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious! Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they've pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. No. Why are we emotionally manipulating Gumshoe? We are actually emotionally manipulating this man so he can let us go to the chief's office. We're actually evil if you think about it. Are we the bad guys? Can I go with the bad guys? Also, I need to find out who's all seven so I can make the prediction win. Whatever. When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence, but we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. But here, take my ID card. We can't do that if someone found out. They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this. For Mr. Edgeworth's sake. All right, detective, thank you. Thank you, pal. Okay, let's go to the chief's office. It looks like this investigation is wrapping up. Here goes, Mr. Wright. Beep. Guys, did you miss this music? We're in! If anyone finds us now... Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting you to bail me out. Ah! Ah! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Hey, don't do that to my card. I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one's ever touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came in to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes? I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be... No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you, don't worry about it, it's supposed to stop bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go with that. Sorry. This guy's starting to get on my nerves. Never, Gumshoe. Oh, my pal. I'm sorry. I had to emotionally manipulate you to let me into this office. Is $49 too much for Yoshi Egg Toy? Well, I don't know. It's up to you. It would be too much for me, but that's probably because I wouldn't get much out of a Yoshi Egg Toy. But I think it's cute and I think it's nice. I just don't think it's something I get even if it was cheaper. You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings. Yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Oh, okay. Time to examine. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons? Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor? Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh, be careful what you say. Who knows, the chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. You can see pretty far from 15 stories out. If you had to drop that suit of armor from here... At first, the chief wanted to use stained glass for this window. Really? Why didn't he? They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view. Oh. Stained glass or not, it's a huge window. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe? That word is ripe with intrigue. Oh, okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. Let's try all 7s. Yes! Yes, let's try all 7s, please. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know! You want to try my birth date! It's... Come on, come on, come on. I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7! No way! This guy's the most insecure person on the earth! Bingo! What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? 77777777. The final ID card number on that record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 77777? The ID number? I think you're 1 7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Yes, I care. Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's a shard from a broken cup. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. Come on, there is such a handprint on there. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a flaw. Is that it? This is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it. And a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great, now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Okay, come on, there's gotta be something we can show him. There is something we can show him. Right, so for the vase, it's the vase. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right, one of the shards of an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? You mean this one? That was in the safe? Yes, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Assemble fragments. Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I can piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. Oh, come on, let me rotate it. Boom, bam, baby. Let's go. There. It fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this! What is it? This piece you just attached. It's different from the others. There's a reddish line on it. Ooh, okay. Okay, okay, missing piece has a reddish line on it. That's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? There we go. The other thing was the piece of cloth. But I think the piece of cloth is the colour of his shirt. If I'm fired, I won't be able to give you any information. So that's why I have to get it all out of my system now. You understand, don't you? Don't be so negative, detective. We do want you to share your information, though. Oh, who am I fooling? I've never had anything useful to share to begin with. Ah, good. Stay positive. Oh no, what's for the other one? Okay, he said this already. What's the thing I can get to convince him? How can I convince him about the other thing? I guess I'll keep looking. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk! Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you two! Chief Gant! He put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. A list of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Hey, look at the case name! Huh? SO9 incident? I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said I wonder what... No, about the evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long. SL9 evidence list is half as short as long as normal. It's in the notes. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. Half-size list of evidence. The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists are twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here? Ooh. Very interesting. I knew it! The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. Is there something else here? Because there wasn't a tick on it. We better look a little more into this list. Okay, Oh, it won't actually let me read it? Oh, hang on, there's something on the back. Yeah, there's a picture on the back. Look at that. Oh, this must be her drawing! I wonder what this is. It looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. What is it? Did you find something? I can't make it out. I better keep quiet about it for now. Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing. Why are her eyes moving about like that, Mr. Wright? I better not forget about this picture. Yeah, that's probably the drawing she did. It's on the back. Interesting. Right, let's keep going. Let's keep examining. So we examined that. We examined the safe. The chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we hear him playing it from the criminal affairs department. That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building. When a detective screws up, the chief calls them to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears. So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. But aren't the chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyway. That's besides the point. Okay, we saw this picture, but we'll see it again. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here. They went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? Ouch. This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in the memory of their partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of. Does he keep it in memory of her, or in memory of the crime? These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park! Oh, there's another window. Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside. This is the 15th floor. I know! I was just saying. Saying what? Ever since making detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that! Oh, okay. Is there anything else left to investigate? I don't think there is. We still have one more piece of evidence to convince Gumshoe to let us have. Maybe the evidence list. That's what the chief was reading before, isn't it? You know, when we first came in here. Yeah, it looks like the right side of the form has been torn off. So Mr. Edruff's list really was only half of the whole thing. Something else is bugging me more than that. Take a look at the back of that form, pal. The back? I know, I looked at the back. I already looked at the back. That's ticked off. Okay, how am I gonna... Surely I have to tell him to let me do the thing. The handprint from the locker? I think I tried the handprint, but I'll try it again. Oh my goodness, I tried the handprint. I'll try it again, hang on. The handprint from the locker. Yeah, he's just talking about Marshall when I do that. The other thing was like a piece of cloth that had a handprint on it. That was the second thing. I tried to show this because I thought, oh, it will show that it's the same color as Gant's stuff, but it didn't help. Let's see. I'm just trying everything now. If anyone else has any ideas, let me know, because I am lost. Hang on. Someone maybe took a you. No worries, no worries. Happens. Okay. Wait, I feel a lot better now this jar's complete. But it only raises another question. What was a piece of it doing in the chief's safe? More importantly, why wasn't there any money in there? Isn't that what safes are for anyway? I have a feeling the outcome of tomorrow's trial just might hinge on this. Is there anything else? Because there definitely was another piece of evidence. I was trying to show him the glove because I thought, ah, the implication. Okay. I'll try the ID card record. Poor Gumshoe. I know, we're just pestering the poor guy. And he's like, his career is on the line. Oh dear. And we like emotionally manipulated him to let us into this room. That's the ID card record, isn't it? Yes, there's only one number left to investigate. At 4:20 PM, the victim, Detective Goodman, must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone of an executive officer number. 777. That's what's okay. We already had this dialogue, I think. We already had that. Oh, okay. We already. I'm pretty sure we already had this. Yeah, we had. I think we had this. What's even more mysterious is whether that's called a scarf or a muffler. Answer me that, pal! Oh dear. He is not helping at present. Oh, let's show him the trophy. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edruff got the other day. Were you at the... Okay, we already had this, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we had all this. Oh, this was basically the old Chinese parable. This bit's new, I think. There was this, dragon! Yeah, that's it, a dragon! He had a thing for shields, see? That's not exactly the version we heard. No, but this one sounds more exciting. Anyway, it gets kind of gory after that. I'll spare you the details. Oh, dearie me. This is not going very well. Like, at all. Maybe it's not here. Like, at all. Okay, I have to now ban this bot, which has already been flagged. Good stuff. Right, ban. Oh, someone has done it? I think so. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. It was one of those like buy some viewers things. You know. He's just still standing there, my goodness. I feel like it has to be at the chief's office. Gang, I don't know what to do now. Has anyone got any idea? Because I kind of want to find out if it... I mean, it's fairly sure that all sevens is Gant, but like, I want it... Is that all... Right, okay, people who have played the game, is that the confirmation that the all sevens is Gant? So that I can sort of check it off in the prediction? Or is there something else? Just tell me so that I can... I want to give people their channel points in the prediction. Not really. Okay. I hope we'll get to it today then. Because I mean, it really was the like code to his safe. That's pretty good. I think it's very suspicious that there's a real sword, by the way, but hey, what can I do? What can I do? Okay, we already had that. I want the other piece of evidence! What am I missing? What am I actually missing? Maybe I have to show someone else the vase. I've opened the safe basically with the password all sevens. So that's nice. I don't know why I'm asking all these random people about the vase. He does not care. I already showed... Oh, evidence list. Like I showed. No? He doesn't care about the evidence list? Unbothered. Unbothered. What can I say? Right, let's go try and show Lana the vase. No, she really doesn't care. Okay, oh my goodness, alright. Anyone got any, like, ideas or hints? Because, yeah, so we assembled the vase now, but so here we go. There was one piece of dialogue that was a hint. I read through, like, hundreds. It said earlier to show Edgeworth our best evidence. Huh? This thing doesn't have a bottom. That's weird. I wonder which side is up. Better yet, what's the purpose of a bottomless jar? At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right? Amazing, amazing insight. Hey, look here! It's hard to make out, but there's a dark red stain here. Looks like blood. This piece the chief has is different though. The blood stains on the other pieces are just spots. But this one's a line. That is odd. Okay. Thrilling. I don't think I have anything else here. Are you really sure you won't give me the other... Oh, I should press that again. Because you can't remember the quote about something seemingly not being complete. Okay. I mean... We completed the jar. But then... We completed the jar for sure. But we need to know why it was in the safe. We've investigated the jar. Do I still have the luminol? This is spray to use. I don't think it will let me spray, will it? Do you remember anything about fractions? Oh yeah, about half. Oh, about only half the thingy. I only have half the report, but I have now like one half of it. Here we go. I have half the evidence list, and I have the picture on the back, and I got that from the chief's office. Let me try and show that to everyone. I'd actually kind of forgot I had that. I need to show. I think I tried to show it to Edgeworth and he kind of didn't care. But maybe I showed him a different thing. I don't remember now. Hello, would you like to see the evidence list? See, he doesn't care! He doesn't care about my evidence list. It's very sad. I did the picture on the back. I did the picture on the back, yeah. Hello. Would you like to see this? See, she doesn't care. They don't care about my evidence. I hope they care about my evidence in court tomorrow, guys. Okay. Yeah, so I'm quite stuck. I know there's kind of something else I need to do in the chief's office, because this is like last time where I have to do a bunch of things for something to happen. Yeah, but then the problem is I get so stuck on what the things are. So I did the bit with the vase. That's done now. The vase is complete and I got the list of evidence. What's missing is there was another thing in the locker. There was a piece of cloth. And I don't know what the piece of cloth was. It had a handprint on it. But Gumshoe's kind of not mentioning it anymore, which is quite bad for me. Can you see? You can see my court record. So I have the evidence list, the autopsy report, the Gantz team picture, where you can see the vase and stuff, the SL9 incident files, thrilling, the security video, the fingerprints, and then the jar is complete now. I think the other thing that changed lately is, yeah, we have the knife that the tip was found in the body. You know what I'm missing? That's great, because I don't. And then there's the thing that the halberd from the trophy isn't there anymore since 2 years ago. But yeah, I don't know what I'm missing. I mean, I kind of know, but I don't know how to get it. Can I have a hint now that you know what I'm missing? Now to find out how I get it. How to get it, exactly. Oh my goodness. This investigation is so difficult. Oh my goodness gracious me. Right. Let's look at the people. Look at all these people! We've got so many pages. Joe Dark. Deceased! Oh my goodness. He did not used to be here. Neil Marshall. Deceased! Oh my goodness. They are not pulling any punches. Oh, he's definitely so suspicious about him. See, his eyes aren't open. Everyone else's eyes are open. That's because his eyes are so... It's related to something I found, but isn't in the court record. Things I found that are not in the court record. Okay. Not yet, at least. No. Clearly not. Well, we found that other thing in the safe. Is it to do with the other thing in the safe? Because there was a piece of fabric with a handprint on it that was in the safe. So the same place as the final piece. What's on the thing in the safe? A handprint. Yeah, there's a handprint on it. I can't have it. Gumshoe won't let me have it until I show him something. But I don't know what to show him because I kind of showed him basically nearly everything. Oh, the handprint stuff! Oh my goodness, of course. I have to show him the handprint stuff. Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this. Oh, of course. Oh, that's actually... I feel embarrassed now. That was easier than I expected. Hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, detective. Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. Oh, I knew that. They wanted the handprint on. Right, there we go. Oh my goodness. I've been like thinking I was like actually crazy because no one is mentioning it. Sheesh, why so sense of humor? Okay, here we go. This looks like we're gonna get a really clear print. Let's go. What are you, my mom? I know to be told a million times. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Isn't it meant to be changing colour at this point? Oh, I had to pick a spot there. Okay, I forgot. I have to actually select a spot. When the attorney is ace. Exactly. Hello, Dwavel. I got completely lost on this investigation, but I was tearing up the trial earlier, I promise. I'm so good at the trials compared to the investigations. I'm really awful at the investigating in general. Right, fingerprint. Boom. That is not it. Hello, Red Eagle. I am well, thank you. Okay, we need to find whose fingerprint this is. Oh, it's this one. It's Emma! That is it, isn't it? Comparison complete. There we go. Match found! Alright. No. How could this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Alright, let's write it down. Emma's fingerprints found on cloth in Gant safe. Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst. Hey, you. Over here. What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Piece of cloth folded and added to the court record. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very kind, is it? I'm guessing it's Gant. In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Yeah, I knew it. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Ah! Chief Gant! We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. It's like reading a comic book. Yeah, I think it is like a visual novel. I think is one of the names of its genre, like a point-and-click adventure. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir. Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. No! Gumshoe! But, sir... It's okay, this guy... We're gonna get this guy. I bet this guy is the murderer and we'll deal with him. So it's fine. Now get out! Yes, sir! No, don't worry, Gumshoe. We'll get you the job back. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait, you, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir. I'd like a word with you. Deal or no deal with no entrance. But sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright! Oh no, what are we gonna do? Look, pal, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there, didn't you? The character's an attorney. That is right. We are investigating a murder right now. And I think the chief of police is definitely up to something because he forged some evidence in a case 2 years ago that is related to this one because everyone involved in this case was involved in the one 2 years ago. I know, Emma and Gumshoe going through it. It's so bad. I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. You don't have any other competing attorney-based visual novel point-and-click adventures? I don't think there are. Don't British lawyers still wear those wigs like the judges do? I don't think they always do. Okay, there's a very funny story about where this game is set. This game is originally Japanese. So it's originally set in Tokyo. But then when they localized it and they translated it into English, they set it in LA. So this is supposedly happening in LA. Is it LA? Yeah. Japanifornia! Exactly. Japanifornia! Exactly. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. Oh. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. Alright, we're back to the detention center then. So that girl is the sister of this one, and this is the one who's being accused of murder, so we're her defense attorney. I see, so the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Apparently Western people didn't think Western people could comprehend Japan existing. Apparently not, no. Really, I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I've finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one else can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Thanks, Edgeworth. Edgeworth is the prosecutor in this case, and in many other cases. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Okay, please! I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No. I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who, may I ask, is this person you're speaking of? The one I am supposedly so frightened of? What is this person's name? Damon Gant! Thank you. Take that. Well, Miss Skye. Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Yeah, Gant tried to hide his crimes. That's a bit suspicious. I'm keeping notes, right? Because there's so much going on in this case. Like, this is the 4th stream I've been on this case, so I have so many notes. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offences. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. Take that! I just found this in a safe in the Chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I needed to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. Whoa, but she didn't do it. See, she had to dispose of it. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. You want whatever earplugs the guy in the back has? For real? The guy in the black not flinching when all these revelations are dropping. He is not hearing a word of this. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon whilst inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer's Joe Dark's knife. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Joe Dark's knife stuck in the victim when Lana found it. She was ordered to dispose of the body. He also has a locked key to share. What other interests do I have besides gaming? That is a good question. I haven't been doing it as much lately because I've been too busy, but I do play the violin. I like to read as well, and I haven't in a while either, but I do like to swim as well. A door-to-door salesman came to your house today to ask what tea you drink? Wait, really? To sell you tea? Crazy. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. So she did stab him, but he was already dead! Oh, that's so genius. With Edgeworth's knife. You said you drink coffee, so he left. That is so funny. You always thought violin would be hard. This is a threat. Well, I've never played the guitar, but I've been told the violin is harder for, like, that reason. Also, you have to use the bow as well. Guitar, you just, like, strum, right? You have to hold the bow and stuff. But I never tried the guitar, so I wouldn't know for sure. That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. That is the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes, it seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. You almost played the saxophone at one point, but you never committed to the idea. Saxophone. Violins get stiff necks. I don't know about my neck specifically. I definitely... Sometimes my back would ache if I played for an especially long time. But when you played in orchestra, you get to sit down, so you can just kind of sit back a bit when you're not playing. Probably the hardest when you have to do like a long solo, because soloists usually stand up. What literature do I read? What literature? Oh my goodness. See, I used to like really only read stuff like sci-fi and fantasy, but nowadays I read just about anything. I'm a lot less fussy. Mostly what I've been reading these days has been consisting of whatever books I can find in the house that I have not read yet. But yeah, that's the plan. There's not really a strict sort of plan these days. Nice not to have to worry about. I know, that's one of the reasons I couldn't do woodwind or whatever, because like, what if you had a cold as well? I feel that'd be really quite bad. But yeah, woodwind or brass, so to like blow into the instrument, I wouldn't have managed. Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. Those sound good. No, I really am just trying to read it. I'm trying to remember what I read last. I read some Sherlock Holmes recently because I found we had Sherlock Holmes and I realized I'd never read any, so that was quite fun. You minored in philosophy? That is cool. We don't really have the like major minor thing going on around here, but I've always thought it sounded cool. You read guides on speedrun.com. Does that count? Totally. That totally counts. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So you hid Dark's knife? The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day of that. So you've wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma. I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? You have the entire collection somewhere? That's cool. Yeah, no, I had, it's not on my desk right now, but we have a 2-in-1, which is Hound of the Baskervilles and the Valley of Fear, in like a nice little A5, is it even A5? Yeah, like a tiny little A5, nice hardcover edition of it. We just had it, so that was a nice little 2-in-1. Oh, I tried to read Charles Dickens when I was younger. I never really got into it. It's gonna sound so bad, but there really were too many words sometimes. But yeah, I don't think I've actually read any philosophy books. A lot of cool people philosophy majors. So I've heard. That is nice. The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SR9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean... Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room? Oh my goodness. We really did know nothing about her. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright. Both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. We have absolutely got to. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. To be continued. Oh, okay. Do you think we can smash the rest of this trial out in half an hour? Let's go for it. Why not? We'll do our best. I need to at least get to the point where we know that his ID was all sevens because... Right, final day, trial former. What a case! This is the defendant lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. February 25th, that is yesterday. We are really kind of synced up, aren't we? Edgeworth, knowing you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777777 ID number is, that is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right, and Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty. But she didn't do it! I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. It's not no! It's not no! See you in court, right? Oh my goodness, it's not no! Let's go! We're so back. We are so back. This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. Alright, are we ready, gang? Are we ready, gang? Final day of the trial. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Robin Louis Stevenson is a good classic author. See, I've read precisely two books by Robin Louis Stevenson. I read Treasure Island when I was little, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I did that at GCSE, which is like, for those not British, it is the qualification you take at age 16. And I love Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde, banger book. I kind of did not like Treasure Island. I didn't like Treasure Island when I was little. Maybe I should read it again. I don't know. See, the good thing about Jekyll and Hyde is that it's a short book, which is one of the reasons they make you do it at GCSE. I don't think Treasure Island is like... Treasure Island's quite a bit longer, if I remember correctly. Do you have any pets? No, I did not. Normally, when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement, do any of you guys have pets? And I think I know the answers for some people, but go ahead and tell me about them again for fun. We need to be lighthearted to balance out this case, am I right? But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Ooh, that's nice! I do love cats. They are very cute. With stumpy tails. Well, I know what the kind you mean. He just spawns in. He actually just spawned in. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, have you been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my own work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. I'm not too sure about this. I feel like she is not going to. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, Lana! Come on, she's actually the worst defendant because she... Objection! You can't! Alright, let's add that objection on, hang on. Boom! 60 objections! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana! Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. 9 more. Oh no. I'd like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. Did I add the objection from earlier when I was talking about contradictions of Edgeworth? I think I did. This can't be happening! It appears the time for the verdict is right. I know which one you mean, the one in his office. I'm pretty sure I added it. This court finds the defendant... No! Edgeworth! Come on, let's go! Take him off the team. One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, No. I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With this sudden confession of the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal? Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. He cooked? What on earth? I'm witnessing cooking going on in my courtroom. Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant? Worthy. You'll live to regret this. Mark my words. No, you won't. You won't live to regret this. We're beating you up. Beating you up in court today. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Alright, let's go! Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Skye. My occupation, I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. You got to be kidding me, Edgeworth. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry. but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then. Mentioned swimming. Did I used to be on a swim team? No, not really. I just did it for fun. I wasn't much of a speed swimmer anyway. I like to just swim long distances. You sure gave in fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. Trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. You're on a swim team once and your goggles broke right at the start of a race and you couldn't see? My goodness! Oh, that's so unfortunate. You referred to running. Yeah, me too. I never liked running. Yeah. No, swimming is nice. Alright, 2 years ago. Boom, bam, let's go. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. Ooh, I have tried bicycles in the past, but I've not really done much rollerblading in the past either. I passed out. I don't remember much. Oh, this is what happened next. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Bro, I thought Lina got rid of me as a defense lawyer. Why am I doing this? Oh well. I'm cross-examining this poor girl. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes. She was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police Gant. My sister. She was the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Sky used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day too. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day. Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. A man came running into her. Hold it. A man? Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky and Gant's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. Hold it. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day, there were 2 people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Almost forgot about Gant. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark. When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in? I don't clearly remember what happened then, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. That must have been a real shock. Even now when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly. Tell us, what were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Dark was holding you hostage. When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. I was thrown aside and the 2 began wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching them. Emma doesn't have any reason to lie, but Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can. We have a picture. Hang on. Oh, where is it? It's here. We have a picture on the back of that was supposedly drawn by her. A picture is drawn on the back of the evidence list in magic marker. I've got a very bad feeling about this. How am I gonna... She's not lying. Did I press on every single one of these? I think I did. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Let's see what the fourth text was again so I can double check. I did do the fourth! Oh, I'm such a winner! I never... Oh. Okay. I didn't do the fourth one. Okay. Hold it. Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. Just then, the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out? Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw? Yes, but at the time the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. Hold it. You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right? Yes, I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes. That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died, yet I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken? But I did draw it, I swear! I'm not just imagining it! This picture that Emma drew, that reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again. Well, anyway, let's continue. This scene that imprinted an image in your mind, can you please describe it to us? The man... Okay, I have the picture. Objection! Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. Alright, let me add that objection. Boom! 61. And yet you would insist on denying its existence? Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold! This is the evidence list for the SR9 incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over. Turn it... Ah! What's this? There we go. We have the picture. I mean, I've been trying to say I have the picture for like 20 years, but no one listened to me. Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it! That's the picture I drew! Indeed. 2 men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These 2 lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you. What? What? I know, right? I know. Order! Order! But Miss Skye, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor! Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let's see. Oh no. Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing. Blue Badger! I can't, not again! No! That's that thing! That thing that was dancing in the evidence room! The music, though, I do love the Blue Badger music. Blue Badger jump scare. Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper. There we go. We need a Blue Badger emote, we sure do. Very well, witness. Will you please testify about this picture you 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yes sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. Hang on, I want to look at the picture. Hang on, shut up, Emma. I'm trying to look at this picture. Okay, that's so funny. I'm sorry. That is just a bit too funny. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see was shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Hold it! Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Skye. 2 or 3 days later, the memory should still have been fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? Okay, there we go. So at the time you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma, I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flashed? You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I am sorry. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives? Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. Better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh, well... That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. Oh, hang on, I pressed hold it by accident. What's the contradiction? Why does he say things? Okay, hang on. mean, it's not a very sharp knife. I still don't know why Blue Badge is there. I mean, it looks more like. Oh, take care, Red Eagle. Thanks for stopping by. Oh my goodness. Oh. Gang, can I asked this earlier, but I'm gonna ask again. Do we know now for sure that Gant is all 7s? Because I want to, like, end the prediction thing today. Like, you know, give out the channel points. We're not gonna learn anything new about that, are we? I mean, it is him. No, not that point. Okay, okay. If you say so. The problem is that, like, I have to end the prediction. Okay. Like, I have to choose the outcome within 24 hours or something. So that people can get their points. So I don't know what to do. I mean, maybe in theory one of the mods can do it and I'll just close my eyes. Do they get refunded? If not, I think they get refunded, but it's a bit sad, right? Like, I think they get refunded. But it's a little bit sad, isn't it? Can we just, like... We could do it. No, no, it has to be within 24 hours. If the mods voted, we can't choose the outcome, and you voted. Wait, Worm, did you vote? We got any mods that didn't vote? Because, like... Because if you tell me it's a spoiler, but then I also want to end the prediction. How far am I from that point? If I go for a bit longer, will I get there? Does anyone know? Because I want to get to the point where I can end the prediction. If anyone knows, do tell me. You can check. That would be helpful. Thank you. Okay, what is wrong with this picture? Because when I did this, I'll be a bit... No. Okay. Why didn't we think of this beforehand? Because now we've basically, like... Okay. She said she drew it before she... Oh, hang on. She said she drew it before she heard anything, but the picture is on the back of the listed evidence. Like, that is a... I'm gonna... Oh, I keep pressing hold it. Thank you for the luck, Argatsurin. Hope you are well. I keep pressing the wrong buttons all the time. But there's nothing new. No. Yeah, there is something that's bothering me about this picture. Oh, okay, that's fair. Okay. Objection! Oh, I got it wrong. I'm trying to basically say it's on the back of the thing. But I'm not managing to say that. Like, she said she drew it before she spoke to any detectives. Then why would it be on the back of the, Why would it be on the back of the evidence list? I don't know. Yeah, we have this piece of cloth that has Emma's handprint on it. A clear handprint can be seen on the leather cloth. The print belongs to Emma. I think I'll keep this information to myself. Yeah, like, I can do nothing with that. That's the picture. This is the autopsy report. Single stab wound. Weapon found in wound is missing tip. There we go. This is the one that happened 2 years ago. I mean, there's nothing that is kind of false, right? There's a contradiction supposedly, but I'm not managing to find it. I have no clue if I'm even along the right lines. Like, I guess the contradiction will be that the picture shows exactly what she saw. But I'm not even sure about that now. I'm pretty sure I pressed on one of these, didn't I? I'm fairly sure I did. And Phoenix did say there was a contradiction. Wait, punctured heart / lung. Oh, single stab wound. I can read. Single stab wound. I was like, both? But it's a single one, so it's fine. Okay. Oh, okay, I think I'm gonna leave it. It is 11 PM, so let me save my game. We will puzzle on this until next week, basically. Right, I have saved my game. Alright, gang, I am very sorry about the prediction. I thought I would definitely find out today that it was Gant's ID. But, well, we're not gonna find out, and my mods voted in the poll, so I can't even make them end the prediction. So, that is quite bad. I apologize about that. I assume I'll delete the prediction. Viewers will no longer be at... Oh, yeah. Next time most likely. I agree. Right, I'll delete it. It will send back the channel points to all of you. So you should have your channel points back. You didn't realize until you'd already voted. Don't worry, don't worry. You know what we'll do? You know what we'll do? I'm going to write a note here so that I remember to run another prediction about whether all Seven's ID is Gant next week. So I've put that in my notes. We will run the exact same prediction again at the start of next week. And I'll probably leave it running for a while. And then I'll end that prediction, because if it's most likely next week. How does that sound for everyone? Hopefully decent. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. I thought that, it was a done deal. I didn't even know the trial was going to go on for that much longer. I thought, it was kind of a given. Once Edgeworth said, oh, it's an executive ID, there's kind of the only person high up in the police force we know is Gant, so I kind of thought it was done. But yeah, I'll run the exact same prediction next week. But yeah, thank you so much for coming, everyone. It was a lot of fun doing the Ace Attorney. This is long. Tell me about it. I had no idea. I mean, Lena told me before I started it's a really long one, but I didn't think it'd be this long. So, about streams. Oh my goodness, I did the wrong command. So, about streams. There is no stream on Saturday, but I have rescheduled it to Sunday. So, we will be karting this weekend, just on a Sunday instead of a Saturday. But at the same time as usual, so 8 PM. And then streams should... Okay, I'm not sure about streams next week. The Thursday should be fine, but I'm not sure about the other weekend. I will let you know when I know, basically. There may be more rescheduling in the future, because things always happen on Saturdays, you know how it is. But I will let you guys all know as far in advance as I possibly can, as always. But yeah, no stream on Saturday, so I will see you all on Sunday for some Mario Kart, and failing that, on Thursday for some more Ace Attorney. Right, let's go find someone to raid. Okie dokie. I think that Lukulele is doing a subathon, or at least he was when I was watching earlier. He's playing Mario Kart World, and I like Mario Kart World. Yes, he's playing some Mario Kart World, so let's go raid Lukulele. Go say hello. Boom. This channel is intended for mature audiences, so do bear that in mind. This is the raid message, so do copy and paste that to send Lukulele my best wishes. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your week and a great start to your weekend when it arrives. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and see you soon.